All right, today we're pulling back that famous velvet curtain to talk about the Academy Awards. We're going to look at how a small, private dinner party basically exploded into one of the biggest, most watched events on the entire planet.
So, to get us started, I've got a little riddle for you. What's only 15 minutes long, but manages to create legends that literally last a lifetime? The answer is actually right where our story begins.
And the answer is the very first Academy Awards ceremony. I know, it's pretty hard to imagine now, right? With all the hours of glamour and suspense, but it all started as something incredibly small, private, and super quick.
Okay, so picture this. The year is 1929. The film industry is still pretty young, it's booming, and it's ready to start celebrating its own. But this wasn't some huge global broadcast, not even close. It was a much, much smaller affair.
I mean, the change is just staggering when you put it side by side. That first ceremony back in '29 had just 270 people in the room, and the whole thing was over and done in 15 minutes. Now you fast forward to today, the Academy has over 9,000 voting members, and the show is this massive, multi-hour spectacle that millions of people watch all over the world. The evolution is just unbelievable.
Of course, at the very center of the whole ceremony is the award itself, that iconic little golden man. So what's the story behind the statuette anyway?
Well, for starters, this thing is way heavier than you'd think. Each statuette weighs a solid 8.5 pounds, or, for our friends using the metric system, that's 3.85 kilograms. It's got some real heft to it, which, feels pretty appropriate for the weight of the honor it represents. And the design is just packed with symbolism. The figure isn't just some guy. He's a knight holding a crusader sword, and he's standing on a reel of film. And that film reel has 5 spokes, and each one represents one of the Academy's original branches: actors, directors, producers, technicians, and writers. It's really a symbol of the entire craft of filmmaking.
So, with an award this iconic, it's really no surprise that winning one, or, a few of them, completely cements your legacy. And this has led to some absolutely incredible records and milestones throughout Hollywood history.
And some of these Oscar achievements have really stood the test of time. Take the legendary Katharine Hepburn. She holds the record for the most Best Actress wins with 4 Oscars. 4! That is a towering achievement that, so far, has yet to be surpassed. But it's not just individuals setting records. Entire films have made history. The magic number for a single film seems to be 11 wins, and only 3 movies have ever hit that milestone: the epic Ben-Hur, the global phenomenon that was Titanic, and the conclusion to that epic fantasy saga, The Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King. Talk about an exclusive club. But the Oscars' influence goes way beyond just who wins and who loses. It has totally woven itself into the fabric of popular culture in ways its founders could have never, ever imagined. I mean, just think about the red carpet. What started as just a simple path for guests to walk on has turned into a global fashion event all on its own. The outfits, the designers, the interviews, it's a whole spectacle that creates just as much buzz as the awards themselves.
And what really makes the Oscars a cultural touchstone are those unscripted moments. The heartfelt acceptance speeches, the shocking upsets when the underdog wins, those completely unexpected things that everyone is talking about the next day. These are the moments that make it more than just an award show. They make it live television history. But for all its glitz and glamour, the story of the Oscars in the 21st century is also one of criticism and some serious calls for change. The institution has really been put under the microscope in recent years.
Back in 2015, the hashtag #OscarsSoWhite just exploded across social media. It became this incredibly powerful rallying cry against what many saw as a huge lack of diversity in the nominations. And it sparked a global conversation that put a spotlight on an issue that had been simmering for a long time.
This movement really highlighted years of criticism about the lack of diversity and representation in the nominations. It forced a really difficult but ongoing conversation about who gets to tell stories in Hollywood and who gets recognized for telling them. In response, the Academy actually made some pretty significant changes to its membership and its voting rules, and that's a process that continues to shape the institution today. So, as the Academy responds to these criticisms and continues to evolve, it leaves us with a really compelling question. In a world that is changing so rapidly, what will it even mean for a film to be Oscar-worthy in the future? Well, that's a story that's still being written. Thanks for joining us.